Good morning to the people, our dear people, and Nigeria at large. As you know, health is one of the areas of my legislative interest, as well as education, the environment, and the rest. But the top of the priority has always been health. Today, as we celebrate World Malaria Day, this is what we have to put across as National Assembly. The National Assembly commemorates with Nigeria and the world on the occasion of the 2023 World Malaria Day celebration, Malaria Commodities. April 25th marks the World Malaria Day as countries and organizations all over the world, especially sub-Saharan countries, celebrate the day. This year's theme is time to deliver zero malaria. Invest, innovate, implement, with a particular focus on the implementation of strategies to reach especially the vulnerable age group children under 5 years and pregnant women as well. The latest World Malaria report shows that the World Health Organization African regions bears a high percentage of the global malaria burden, with Nigeria having the highest burden in the world. In 2022, the African region bears the burden with approximately 95% of all malaria cases and 96% of deaths, with children under the age of 5 accounting for 80% of all malaria deaths. 4 African countries, including Nigeria, accounted for over half of all malaria deaths worldwide. Nigeria alone accounted for 31.3% of the global malaria deaths, followed by the Democratic Republic of Congo at 12.6%, the United Republic of Tanzania at 4.1%, and Niger, or if you like, Niger Republic at 3.9%. In Nigeria, malaria remains a significant public health challenge, with an estimated 97 million cases and 300,000 deaths annually. Although progress has been made in reducing the burden of this disease, much work still needs to be done to eliminate it. The key areas of challenge to address the malaria burden in Nigeria have been issues of donor dependence for malaria intervention in the country. Hence, the Ninth Assembly has identified lack of domestic financing and lack of use of local content in terms of production and patronage of local manufacturing of LLIMS and anti-malaria drugs as a key challenge. To address this, the sum of over $300 million have been approved under the World Bank and the Islamic Bank Impact Project to address and complement donor support. However, this effort is at a slow speed in implementation, despite the passage of the bill December 2021 to address the credit facility. None of these essential commodities have been procured. The lukewarm attitude of NMEP leadership and slow action from UNOPS, the procurement agency for Islamic Bank funding, and the World Bank has affected the urgent procurement of these commodities despite availability of the fund and commodities locally produced in Nigeria. Hence, members of the National Assembly have great concern due to lack of procurement. Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
The attitude of MEP, leadership and slow action from UNOPS, the procurement agency for Islamic Bank funding, and the World Bank has affected the urgent procurement of these commodities despite availability of the funds and commodities locally produced in Nigeria. Hence, members of the National Assembly have great concern due to lack of procurement of these commodities, and with the onset of the rainy season and its aftermath of flooding, leading to surge in mosquito breeding, leading to malaria morbidity and mortality, is not acceptable to the Nigerian people. In view of the above, the NEP, UNOPS, and the World Bank are urgently called upon to fast-track procurement of this life-saving commodity to mitigate the high burden of malaria in Nigeria, as reiterated in the 2023 World Malaria Theme. The National Assembly thanks the Global Fund, the USAID, and the PMI, and the DSID, and other philanthropic organizations that have supported in Nigeria over the years. And this call for domestic financing and African countries to take ownership by encouraging locally produced anti-malaria commodities and laudable approval of the registration of malaria vaccine by NAFDAC. This is the position of the National Assembly with regards to this year's Global Malaria Celebration Day. And we wish that this message will go to the right quarters and the necessary timely intervention be used to stop the deaths that is happening in Africa, especially Nigeria, because 31% is a lot of percentage, of death in our country. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Carlo, representing the good people of Bende Federal Constituency. I am from Abia State. Arise.
From the hallowed chambers, his voice resonates crystal clear.
You say you shared money recently, and I represent the constituency, and there are 360 of us, and all of them are saying we are not feeling the impact.
He's the unmistaken voice of Undi Bende and the image maker of the House of Representatives.
Swept away houses and roads in communities like Mpa, Umimenyi, Uzita, and Bende. Mr. Speaker,
he's a committed, courageous, articulate, and deeply impassioned lawmaker with the plight of his constituents.
Joining me now on the political segment is Honorable Benjamin Kalu, who's the spokesman of the House of Representatives.
Ben Kalu's mandate gives you first-hand information on the activities of the member representing the good people of Bende Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, as well as his position on national issues. Ben Kalu's mandate airs on Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa 104.1 FM, and Real 99.1 FM every Tuesday by 10:30 a.m. Ben Kalu's mandate, gains of quality representation.